What's going on, people? How are we? What an absolute cluster. Oh, no, I can't say that. I'm on this channel, aren't I? What a nightmare that's been, eh? Oh, my goodness. Right, first of all, can you hear me? Someone give me a thumbs up in the chat to make sure you can hear me and I'm not too loud, because I've been all over the place.
Hear me?
So I just want a thumbs up. Is my volume okay?
Martin, can you hear me?
Please. Get fist bumps. Vinny with a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, so welcome to the BBTFRG channel. So yeah, what happened? I obviously the last time I was on, when I finished, I updated OBS from version 27 to version 29, and it dropped all of my settings, absolutely everything, everywhere, from all over the place. So it was like installing a new version of OBS. So it's taken me ages to kind of figure out how to build that back up and get that sorted again. And then obviously I managed to do that. And then we decided to launch our own Warships channel, me and Jess. And oh, just got a message from him now. No, I can't hear you. Okay, so we're having issues there. Right. So I think I've got Jess in there with me. Say something, Jess.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear him now, and you guys should also be able to hear him now. Someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear Jess.
10 minutes. I was like, I didn't know if you could hear me.
Oh, mate, it's been, you wouldn't believe it. So I've managed to get everything sorted on the Mob 3 channel. I've got a couple of commands on there, various bits and pieces, kind of got the games running and all of that. And then I press the button to go live to schedule the stream, and it comes up and says, oh, you need 24 hours. What do you mean you need 24 hours? What's that all about? So, yeah, that's why we're over here on the BBTFRG channel. So I've messaged Aaron and I've said to him, I've asked him if he don't mind me, you know, I'm doing this on his channel tonight. And so, mic's on, I don't hear Martin. No mic's on, I don't hear Martin or Jess. That's yeah. Is that right? Or are you just mucking around?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think they can hear you. I think it's just taken Falcor so long to write that message, that it's I think they can hear me. I can hear you, and
Oh, he was just joking. You're good.
yeah, that's all right. So you're showing in the meter on OBS. So everything, yeah, Falcor being funny, not funny. So yeah, you're showing in all the right places. So that's good. So yeah, well, welcome to the live stream. So this evening we are going to go over tech. So there is no chat this evening because the chat box on stream is tuned to be obviously with the chat from Mob 3, not from BBTFRG. So Falcor's still in season 34. There is Aaron. We have got an Aaron sighting in the chat. What's up, mate? Read your I've had an absolute mare. But yeah, so yeah, we're over here. We're doing it from over here. We're doing the chat from over here. But we will get a live stream banged out of Mob 3 this season at some point.
Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully after, you know, all the opening day streams.
Yeah,
and before
tomorrow.
Pete's night stream,
Yeah,
maybe
so
we can get a little something going.
Aaron, sorry, but been crabbing. Well, force crabbing, force close crabbing. Yeah, no worries, mate. I managed to bustle my way through it, but I might need your expert eye just cast over everything that I've done. I think I've got it, but you know, now as good as experience. So Yeah, should we have a quick go through the chat? Do you want to? Can you go through the chat, or do you want me to squiz through it?
Oh, yeah, I'm not
Okay.
school, so I'm not normally
That well
good
versed.
like that.
Okay, no worries.
But yeah, I mean pretty much everybody's here. Lolo, Ryan, Newbie, Falcor, Apex, Andre, DB, Flint. Yes, I think everybody's going Seekers. David, Axe, Mike. What's up, guys? Ben. Most of these guys I feel like I talk to on like a daily basis anyway, so it just feels weird saying hello for
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
15th time
So
today.
we've also got
But
BCR 250 in there, Yo Master, CFBS Vinny with his thumbs up earlier on, Blaster Lazo, Andro, happy birthday, Andro, Judo Roy in the chat
James,
as well, Apex Pay, Andre 44, Ryan, I know Ryan was first in, but so much chat has already gone through that you've kind of slipped off the top groove, and Martini, Newbie's in there as well, KD hearing you both loud and clear, we got Mike Wells sighting as well. You're uninstalled Go 49. Yeah, or Falcor for sure. The troll formerly known as Falcor. So yeah, I'll just scrolling. Lolo, like you say, is there. No Mr. Poing sighting. Someone go and prod Mr. Poing and tell him where we are. He's probably waiting on the wrong channel, knowing Mr. Poing. David, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Mojo Jojo, what's up? Um,
yeah,
so
you might need to
reasons.
turn your volume up, Martin. I think you're a little bit
My
lower compared to
volume.
me. I
Okay.
know I don't have that deep bass, so it's got to be a volume thing.
Yep, no worries. How's that? Is that any
Yeah, yeah,
better?
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. You're good.
So I think that's pretty much chat caught up with. Um yeah, so like I say, no chat on the screen today because um the chat box on my on this profile is tuned to be with Mob 3, not with this this one. So Martin, you're very quiet compared to Jess. What still?
No, no, that's what I was going off of. I read it in real time.
Okay, no
So
worries. Okay, that's cool. Hopefully, I should have leveled out a little bit better now. Lolo's saying that's better. Yeah, someone go and prod Mr. Poing if you could. Martin was going for the strong silent character. I was also looking away from the mic as well, and that's probably something that I shouldn't have been doing. Right, so yeah, season 45. Where do we start? I'm okay. I'm off ski. Have fun, diddly peeps. All right, mate. Take care. I'll catch up with you tomorrow, hopefully, at some point in time, just to make sure we've got all this nailed down. So obviously, I've got a pad and paper with me. So I'm looking for obviously the new channel. We're going to be looking for new commands. We're going to be looking for new quotes and new things like that to set the new channel up with. So be on the lookout for those. Shout them out. Jess is a bit loud and distorted. Okay, let's just turn Jess down a touch. How's that? Is that better for you, Jess?
oh, I mean, I was good before. I'm even better now. So yeah, we're good.
Okay, right. So shall we jump over to a bit of screen sharing, and we can have a little look at screen sharing. We can have a little look at where do you want to go first? Should we go to the tech tree first? Take a look at
Yeah, I
the
think we can go initial thoughts on the tree and
right.
maybe a little day one and then transition over to the calculator afterwards if people have
Yeah,
calculator
I've
questions.
got I can ping the deck layups up as well from this screen. So let me just zoom in a little bit for you. Is that okay for everyone? Oh, might have just gone a little bit too far on the preview. You can see what those are on the on the left hand side there. Okay, what are people's thoughts? All good with the sounds now. That's good. Is distorted a compliment or just my accent? Yeah. Oh, shout out to Polly as well. He was supposed to be joining us, but I think he's taken a bit poorly in the last 24 hours or so. So best wishes to Polly. Get well soon. I don't know, spider bite, bitten by a diamondback or brown snake or something. Wrestling crocs out in the outback or something he's been doing, and yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's been up to. Okay. I think we've turned that down now. Aaron's just saying that you're very loud on stream compared to me, but I think we've probably got that just about sorted now, with any degree of luck. Lolo is way better than Bull at Warships. It's way more pretty. I'll give you that one, Lolo. I'll let you have that one. Right. So yeah, what do we think? What do we think the tree then? What was your first thoughts when you saw sneak peeks yesterday, mate?
Initially, I thought it looked identical to season 4, which it is, besides the medics and the bombers being switched. But then immediately, you see the art at the beginning, which is kind of a. I don't really like art and barrage super early, but we have it. And then obviously you see the seekers. I think the Seekers will be really strong day 1 through day 3 or 4, and then I think the non-Seeker players will transition over to Bombers. But I think Seekers will be a thing all season, and then the other people will be playing Bombers. You don't really have another option. It's either Bombers or Seekers. So
Yeah,
we'll be playing one or the other all season.
I think that's a fairly fair assessment. Yeah, I'm sort of the same thing when I saw it. Oh, Seekers at 3 and artillery, that can't be right, surely. I think was my initial reaction. But obviously, there's only one troop at 2ER, so your artillery kind of acts as your other troop. But yeah, I think Seekers are going to be fun this season. I know that there will be one or two people. Mr. Doom, Commander J Doom, just turned up in the chat. Was just about to talk about you, and so I'm sure there are one or two people really excited to see Seekers that early. And I'm sure that they will be playing Seekers, kind of pushing Seekers all the way through, trying not to go back. Like you said, I think a bunch of people, probably 3ER is going to get dirty very quickly with the flamethrowers and the DBD. You're possibly looking at heavy Zuka as a clearing method eventually. Another one there. Something about oiling dogs. maybe what we'll do. Maybe what I'll do is suggest these command ideas. Put them in to my Telegram room, Mob 3 Telegram room. The command ideas. Otherwise, I'm going to be forever kind of jotting things down out of the chat. But I'm not quite sure why Streamlabs is getting a bit overexcited about people spamming, so it's probably something else that I might need to adjust, although the Streamlabs should be on Aaron's thing. So jot the command ideas down and put them in the Mob 3 Telegram room if you could. Yeah, I think kind of after Seekers, shock launchers, brick, I think there's a definitive kind of split then as to people that are going to go on and people that are going to go back and dirty up. I think that 3ER with all that D and building health and building damage, Seekers aren't going to be much use then. So the heavy Zuka will come into their own, and then obviously the bombers a little bit later on. So what are your thoughts on an opening path, opening letters? Are we thinking BH out of the gate?
I think there'll be a few mindsets. I think some people will go straight to Seekers because Seekers are probably going to be meta, and so they'll want to get them in hand first and then decide what to do next. I think there'll be some people that'll go BH immediately and go rifles and max them out and rifle rush and try and get as dirty of a base as possible. And then I think there's those people that will go seekers and shock launchers and then go back for the BH. So I mean, there's three different approaches, three or four. I think it's just all on what somebody prefers to do, how they attack, how they like to play.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think that there's another path there. Let's. What's going brush size? That up there, that down there. That's what we want to do. I think that there's another path, and that would be this one, where you kind of ignore the seekers and go and hit that dirty base as soon as possible. With all of the defense, with the exception of the with the exception of the shocks, you're going to have to get them through brick. But obviously, you'd have mortars, machine guns, sniper towers, cannons, flamethrowers with building health and defensive building damage all on the deck, and you'd probably be heavy rushing with brick or rifle clearing to start with, and then heavy rushing with brick. But you've got the artillery for assistance. I think that that's probably another path that will be viable to some. As you said, there's those that will be doing maxing rifles, rifle rush through to building health, and then I'm not quite sure how far they can get depending on where they start, but then it'll be a kind of a systematic open a chest, move along, open a chest, move along. Ben CR250 says warriors are going to be mega. Really?
Meta.
No. Oh, yes, I see. He's changed it to meta. I'm not so sure. I mean, there's a huge tax here of 42 keys. I mean, that's something that we probably need to touch on, is the fact that you've got one compulsory hero here, you've got two compulsory heroes here, three compulsory heroes here. So if you end up picking up Sparky as well, that's 164 keys spent just on, that's like, what's that, 10 chests, 11, 12 chests, 12 chests just to pick up four heroes. Effectively, there's kind of a fifth hero on the tree. Let me find it over here. Shock mines at another 42 keys in the middle of the I was initially kidding, sis, but that's all right. But yeah, I mean, I've used what you said there as a bit of a segue to get onto this kind of one of the things that I spotted early was like the three compulsory heroes, four if you include the shock mines, because I mean, I just think 42 keys for shock mines is ridiculous, especially in a season that's going to be dominated by seekers early. But that's just me. Personally, I feel that there might have been a hero there and it got switched around, but they forgot to change the keys. But I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I think that the bottom path, I think that 62 keys for these two nodes here is a giant waste, especially when DBD, flames, heavies, they're accessible in other means. So I don't...
I know we're playing Seekers, but I'll probably even skip Smoke just because in a 4-week season, you're so strapped for tokens and keys that 22 keys on Smoke could put you behind. So I'm just going to ride the Seeker wave as long as humanly possible without getting any additional add-ons, and then kind of hope. Hope it kind of transitions into either heavy brick seekers or then transitions to Kavan bombers when you get to 4 without having to go off path to help continue finishing bases.
Yeah, I tend to think that that Seekers, like you say, they're going to be meta for a long time. If you push with Seekers beyond, brick and then go straight to 4, can you stay ahead of the ensuing tsunami of players that will inevitably have flamethrowers and the DBD and be heavy rushing or heavy Zuka clearing? I mean, there's boom mines there. They're going to affect Seekers. Boom cannons, maybe not so much. Kavan, but is he going to really be any use with Seekers? Troop health obviously will be. And then you're into the shock mines. I think at this stage here, through this bit, personally, I'll be looking to go to bombers as soon as possible. Whilst Seekers are fairly new to me.
Now, season 4, they had bombers where the medics are, and 3 are this season. So I think we would have had a completely different meta and a completely different start to the season if the bombers were where the medics are this season. I think a lot of people would have gone bombers as well. But yeah, I think it'll be definitely different. One thing I will say in advance is like I know people use different means, whether it's the calculator or you're old fashioned like me a lot of times and just write stuff down on a piece of paper or use my calculator in my phone. Make sure that you have the exact keys and tokens and stuff. Make sure you have it calculated perfectly, because if you accidentally unlock something or you accidentally upgrade something, it could stop you from being able to upgrade different things that you will need.
Yeah, definitely. I think this season, it more than most, it's going to be critical to be kind of planning a couple of days ahead. One thing I did notice with this season is here you've got a huge, great block of stuff that doesn't require tokens, or quite as many tokens to upgrade. All of the tokens go early in the tree, and then you get all these multi nodes here, that don't require up. So whereas the multi nodes normally you'd expect to see a few more choice nodes spread in this top half of the tree. So I think that, like you say, tokens, the CRVs, the chest reward values being light on tokens, but being light on tokens anyway is going to make it harder for people. And then with all of these things through you're really going to have to be smart with where you spend your tokens, and not just kind of going, opening something and going boom, 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 tick 5. Yeah, exactly. Like Lolo said, it'll kill your push point. Not just maxing things to tick 5 straight away, but thinking really hard about, is tick 3 brick enough, or can I get away with tick 2 if that's the, can I get away with for a day with tick 4 heavies and tick 4 flamethrowers, so that I can max out my building health, or am I better off leaving my building health at 4 and maxing out my flamethrowers? And there's lots of things like that to consider. So yeah, tokens are going to be scarce right the way through. Brawl Dude, what's the season called? This season is called Back to the Roots.
Back to the Roots.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, they've taken laser rangers out, they've taken critter launchers out, they've taken the helicopters out, but they've left bombers in, they've left seekers in. So
they copied the season from season 4. Even the decks are the same. So I think they're talking about like back to basics.
Okay, so we
the beginning.
Just gone back to one. I see no reason to not max seekers and artillery. Yeah, that's kind of, I think, where we're going to go. Korean Thunder pointing out, what's up, Korean? Nice to see you in the chat. Thank you.
With the max art, though, you can't max any. It leaves you with no defenses or anything else. So it's you pay a price. If you max art, you can't max anything else.
anything of defense anyway. I mean, you can you can max your gunboat, your landing craft, and eventually your seekers when you get there, but you're going to be really tight on defenses. But then let's face it, against seekers, what good are defenses unless you've got enough to fizzle them? Then you either fizzle them or you just don't worry about them, I think, is the Blastalezo. When the seekers become too difficult for me, it will be rifles, Kevin, and bombardiers. I see no urgency in unlocking heavies. I think the only urgency in unlocking heavies would be to get to the flamethrowers and the DVD. I agree with you in the principle, but again, where tokens are shy, maybe you just unlock the heavies to get to the DVD and flames and don't bother investing them, just stay invested in rifles. There is less urgency to invest in heavies this season because there's no heavy choppers, so you won't be pooping out max heavies. Yeah, Blast. Lola, I can tap the screen 6 times really fast. And that's what a lot of this season will be about. It's just how fast can you tap the screen. So yeah, do we want to draw up some paths, or do we want to compare them against the calculator now, or what's is there anything that anybody in the chat got any questions? I know obviously there's a lot of names and there's a lot of Warships experienced players scrolling through chat at the moment, but if I've got anyone out there kind of watching who's a little bit uncertain, please feel free to ask questions. No question is a dumb question, which is something that we are going to be reinforcing over at Mob 3. Dumb questions are only dumb questions if you already know the answer. So please don't be frightened to ask anything, and we will do our best to help you, because the whole purpose of setting up the Mob 3, like Jess and I and Polly, is to try and help players achieve their next goal, their next rank. So if nobody's made if nobody's made gold before, then we want to help you try and hit gold. If nobody's made made it out of stone before into iron, then we'll help you with that as well. It's not just about people playing at the top end pushing for legendary top 500 statues. We just want to help everybody kind of get a little bit better in their own way. So how about a rank 11 path? Well, I start at rank 13, which means I need, rank 13, which means if I'm going to go Seekers, and I'm not fully convinced exactly which way I'm going to go yet, to be brutally honest. Let me just grab my paintbrush.
But if he goes straight to Seekers, starting from rank 11, he'll need 3 time chests to do so.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, so 13, I need 1 time chest to take this path. 12, you need 2 time chests, and 11, you need 3 time chests. That's obviously if you're 4 of 4. I think if you're, obviously rank 10, you need all 4 to reach Seekers. If you're starting lower than rank 10, then possibly you're going to need to be looking at BH rifles, maxed artillery, and maybe even staying at 2ER until you've built enough tokens so you get your BH, you get all of this. I'd probably avoid the multi-node for now, but just sort of butting and clearing until you can get the 50, 100, 112. It's going to be about 140 keys to get from 3ER to Seekers. I would say that going into 3ER and not being able to get Seekers would be, do you think suicide is the right word? Falcor, I think that there'll be an early Falcor, I think there'll be an early top meta. Who can tap the screen 12 or 13 times the fastest? So I'm doing thumb workouts already. You're doing thumb push-ups there. Get your thumb push-ups on the go. And Tap the screen super fast. Yeah, it is. It's going to be I mean, the opening attacks, you're looking at 20-second attacks, like 20, 25, I think, 25 anything slower than 30 seconds is an insta loss. I think, it will be. Do you remember when we had, I think it might even have been season 4, we had artillery right at the start of the season, and there was a meta of just barting out ERs. There was a sort of stage where everybody had all their ERs touching, clumped together, and it was just crazy. It was like a win in 5 seconds, a win in 4 seconds, I think was the fastest I saw anybody win, and I think it's going to be akin to that this season. If you're staying at 2 ER, you probably want building health first, because that's going to mean an extra artillery to bar out your ER, extra travel time. If you're going straight for seekers, you probably still want that PH. I mean, it is the only statue node readily available in the first couple of days, isn't it? Unless you take that path that I mentioned a second ago. The BH is the only node that's readily available, and oops, cancel that. And we all know how important statue nodes are. Are we not? There we go.
Yeah, I think no matter what someone decides, whether they go straight to Seekers or they get BH first, even if somebody goes straight to Seekers and shock launchers, I would still double back for BH immediately. Just like if you get BH, I still think you need shock launchers. I think you need everything. The problem is ranking up so that you can get everything.
It's the order, isn't it? Like, it's the order in which you get all of that stuff. Been studying the chicken drop all weekend. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to, how quick you can get those seekers off the boats. Yeah, it's the order. I think, like we say, you're gonna want sniper towers. You're gonna want all of this. Honestly, I'm going to kick this system in the head one day these days. You're going to want all of this to here on as quickly as possible on day one. And I think we worked out that to do that, you need to reach 17 with your first two.
No, if you get 16, but you get one of your 4 chest in gold plus your 16 rank chest gets it.
Gets all of that. Yeah. So so there you go. That is achievable on day one. After that, the question is, do we go this way, or do we look at coming back for all of this?
I think a lot of those you can't really answer till we're like.
No, I think I think that the end of day one, there's going to be a huge transition of people sort of pushing forward to bombers. I mean, personally, I think maybe hiding day 2 or day 2 and 3. I mean, it's huge, isn't it? 72, 94, 90, 136, 150, 174.
The CRBs really dampen the season as a whole.
Yeah,
I mean, just having to wait forever or waiting all day to unlock brick when you don't need brick. Like, like spending a day's worth of keys on brick just to not need them and to go through it, just bummer.
230, just quick bit of ballpark maths, 239 keys to open 4ER to bombers, at 14 keys, that's 10 chests is 140, so you're looking at about 16 chests, 16, 17 chests, just to get from 4ER. So what's that? That's the end of the week. So you got big push on Monday, see how far you can get into gold, and then hide until Friday, till you can either get bombers, because let's face it, those that are going to go back are going to be beating those that are going forward, wouldn't you say? If you go back for this lot,
not necessarily. See, the trade-off is like, okay, I mean, if we assume everybody's getting shock launchers in BH, and then the real first decision decides after bricks, so you either go heavies, flames, DBD, or you go forward to
4ERs, 4ERs
then I think
considerably bigger though, isn't it?
But the two ramps kind of somewhat balances.
Yeah.
But the real thing is boom cannons and doom cannon versus flames and DBD. And so there, I mean, both are debatable. I think boom cannons, when maxed, one shot seekers without troop health.
Yeah, but they also take like the boom cannon and the doom cannon take so long to reload that you see, your seekers have got 2 ERs down, they're on their way to the third one, and that the boom cannons have done maybe 3 rounds, and the doom cannon maybe 2. They take a long time to fire, reload time, don't they? It's a long reload time. And then you've got the boom mines tucked in there as well, which I think will be key, because obviously they're they can pop two or three seekers on their own, can't they? If they're placed right and the seekers hit them right. So I think I can see this being a really kind of drawn out sort of season. 4-week seasons always are, aren't they? Let's face it.
Well, not just that, the 15 machine guns, 6 protos, and 37 green mines don't really help things.
We haven't even gotten into talking about all these extra pro. So that's the thing. I mean, when you build a tree, you've got 60. What did we say? 63. I think it's 63, 65 nodes to fill. 65 nodes to fill, and obviously they've taken 4 of them off. They've taken the 2 choppers and the lasers and the critter cannons off. So that's why we've got so many extra protos. You'd normally see 10 or 11 boost nodes on the tree, and I think we've got 12 this season. And you'd normally see about 9 or 10 multi nodes on the tree. I think we've got 12. We've got 8 multi nodes and 4 protos. So yeah, there's 12 of those. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Blimey, there's 12 boost nodes as well. So yeah, that's where all those extra boost nodes and multi nodes have come from, is the fact that those bits are missing off the tree. I think it would have been nicer personally if they could have thrown in a GBA or a proto, maybe even another like another proto troop. But I suppose that's not going back to the roots then, is it? You get 2 extra mine nodes, Falcor. You get there's a, where is it? There's a 333 mine node somewhere, or 336 mine node just here. And then obviously the one at the end, the 5, 5, and 10, which is, again, it's a little bit fatter than it was before. But yeah, so they, like you say, you've got 25, 35, actually 35, 38. You could actually have 41 mines on the green mines on the deck by the end of the season. Is possible. I don't know if you noticed that. At 10 over there. 3 up there's 13.
At some point, I would much rather them. I mean, like they could have put in a couple extra offensive like nodes, like troop damage, or even another building health or something besides the mine nodes. I mean, it's just like last season. I think I paid like 38 keys for 3 boom mines on the way to 7 ER, and it's like.
One of the
Wow.
things that Stone always used to do was work out how many keys, how many keys you take to get the essential nodes, and that means and then from that you can work out what day you need to be in diamond by. It's one of the things that he always used to furnish us with. I haven't done that calculation yet myself, but I reckon you're going to need to be in diamond by probably. I reckon you'll need to be in diamond within the next 10 hours if you're going to complete the tree.
Tree Hugger asked, do you think max machine gun, or just say max D plus BH plus DVD will cause seeker fizzles? And I don't. I think you'll need flames, mines, BH, DVD, max defenses plus shock launchers. But with the art, I think still people will finish it. So even with all that, I think they'll still finish it. Now, once we get to 4ER and you add a DC and some boom cannons on top of that, then maybe, but I don't see Seekers fizzling at all in 3ER unless like somebody comes up with some unique base that can't be stopped.
Yeah, I think so. Max machine guns, flamethrowers, building health, and DVD. I think if you throw max mines into that mix, then you're going to get close. That will depend on layout. As Jess has pointed out, that what will happen there is your opponent will bar out 1 ER, and that will leave him 2 ERs to clear with Seekers. Now, if those defenses aren't arranged properly, then the ERs will just be overwhelmed. So yeah, Andre 44. What time's it kick off in the UK? Yeah, Falcor spot on 9 a.m. We had our clocks go forward. Our daylight savings came into being last night, early hours of this morning. So tomorrow morning, rather than having to get up at a ungodly 8 a.m. to start Warships, I can have a nice relaxed lay-in, cup of coffee, breakfast in bed made by my good lady wife. And what's that, love? Oh no, I'll be getting my own coffee and breakfast. Yeah, 9 a.m. start. So that's it for us. But it does mean I'm up at 5 a.m. It does mean though that our last chest of the season is effectively like 1 a.m. So that's the kind of the drawback. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, Ben, why Streamlabs is getting so antsy about spamming a few emojis. So I know it's annoying, but just try and avoid it. I'll get onto Streamlabs and see if I can figure out why it's doing that. There's got to be something in a setting somewhere. Oh my gosh, my new SOB, ungodly. Well, 8 a.m. So 9 a.m. is still ungodly. Ouch, 3 a.m. here, says Spaceman. Yeah, no, that's no, I know you guys in the States have got it, haven't got it ideal. And if there was any way that I could convince Supercell, that we should start at 2 out of 4 or even 3 out of 4, I would. I think it would be fairer to do that.
The problem is they won't ever do it because the thing with the thing with Supercell is they start the season the moment they get into the office so that they can fix any bugs and stuff like that on Monday morning. So they won't ever change the time. I mean, it's like 1 a.m. for me, which isn't too bad, but still, I stay up all night. Like, I don't go to sleep because if I went to sleep, I'm not waking up. Like, I'm an old man like that. I'll
Yeah.
sleep through a hurricane, like, just be hanging out. So I have to stay up. And then I feel like after I've collected my chest and get the gold, I feel like I'll miss out if I don't continue to stay up and continue to push and watch the meta. So I virtually stay up all night, all morning, and then typically go to sleep about like 11 a.m. my time.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
God,
it's
I feel so sorry for you Americans.
here he
My
is.
heart bleeds.
Here he is. Say hello to Sick Note, everyone. What's up? Did you get bitten by a croc or punched in the face by a kangaroo?
Your starts in the
So,
evening though. You can have dinner and start warships though. That's quite nice.
Well, you got to make sure dinner's completed because then you get the look from the missus saying, "Hang on a sec, what are you doing?" So you got to make sure all your chores are done, and then you're ready to go. But yeah, no, we start off in the evening. But like, the biggest thing for us is that first time chest. I mean, this season isn't that bad, but that first time chest, you Americans and the people in the UK, you guys would wake up to that. Well, you guys either you'd fall back asleep and then you guys can wake up to that. That'll be like your 11 a.m. chest or something like that, or your 9 a.m. chest, whatever the math is. So, and then we would be asleep, right? Because obviously we've done one whole day at work already, and then we would be behind the sort of behind the 8 ball. But yeah, I sort of now do start seeing the reason why we should start with 3 or 4 chests. I think it really does make something for Supercell to really look into.
I think, I mean, wherever you are in the world, there's sort of all, we're getting all sorts of people coming in now. Apex says it's 10 o'clock it's 10 o'clock Sunday night in Hawaii when they start. It's not even Monday morning. So, I don't think it really matters where you are in the world. There will always be a disadvantage to it. Like we say, I mean, in America, you're up at stupid o'clock in the morning to collect your chest and then maybe go back to bed. But then you get up and you've still got 2 more time chests to come, effectively. Whereas the Australian guys, they just get their 4 of 4, and then your next chest after that is in the middle of the night. So everywhere has.
Mine are quite nice. I mean, yes, the first one's at 3 a.m., or not 3 a.m., 1 a.m., but then the next one's at like 8 a.m., and then the next one's at like 4 p.m., so it's not bad.
I think, I mean, the one thing I seem to always find every season is with the rank ups and the rank chests, I always end up seeming to have my push points with my 1 a.m. chest.
It's always the case here in Australia as well.
It just seems that the push point, when I open that bit of tech that's going to send me flying, it's always 1 o'clock, and it's always after a really stressful day at work or the day before I've got to be up early and into work early. It's uncanny how that happens, but
yeah. Warships holds no bars.
Axe Derby, we just need to make the first Monday of every month holiday, and we're good. Mate, I have every Monday off. Sundays and Mondays are my 2 days off a week, so it works out all right for me in that respect. I can on season start and season end, I can kind of be there as the gun goes off and as the flag drops at the end of it. It's starting 3-4 will be less chests season total. 4-4 we get 5 times chests day one. Yeah, Ben. Well, some people get 6 time chests on day one, depending on. But then what you lose on the swings, you gain on the roundabouts because you don't get those chests at the back end of the season. When I do the calculator and you kind of put the different time zones in around the world, you kind of see how people are advantaged or disadvantaged at the beginning or the end. So yeah, I mean,
But most people are parked, 3 or 4 days
Yeah.
before the season ends anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I used my chest on Saturday or Sunday to use it to push.
Yeah.
Normally you're max tech on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday.
We got Vicky Coleman citing in the chat. What's up, Vic?
yeah.
You found us then. I had to do it over here because Mob 3 wasn't ready. Apparently, YouTube's got to check my credentials or something. So, yeah. So that
So you broke it. You broke it.
Oh, mate, you wouldn't believe it. So I've spent all day. I've got a few little things set up with Streamlabs, a couple of commands. I've got a couple of games ready to go. We've got like the 8-ball with some cheeky little answers on. We've got a slots game where it's you. The slots options are Polly, Jess, Bull, donkey, meerkat, and ballerina. And if you hit a ballerina, you get that's like the jackpot. So we've got a few games like that all set up like that over there. So I'm all ready to go. I've gone into studio, press stream, go live. It says, your request to go live begins now. Please wait 24 hours to have your account validated. Oh mate.
No.
I would, if we weren't on this channel, I'd tell you what my response was. I was not happy. I was not happy at all. No. So yeah, that's why we're.
I mean, I've been listening a little bit in the background while I've been trying to prepare myself for today. Now I'm in a snag now because I'm not sure if I go back. I'm not sure if it's beneficial to get brick earlier. I heard Doom say in our task force chat that brick with battle orders will make your seekers go hell of a lot faster. So now I'm in two minds of where I go. I was thinking about going BH first, then getting
That's
the shock
where I'm
launchers,
going.
but
yeah, I think BH plus the shock launchers limits what people can do with art.
Yes.
BH plus shock launchers limits that.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the BH because, one, you can't really be biting out an ER, and two, once you get shock launchers on deck with that BH, forget it. It's going to be, you're going to have to keep one SL sort of busy and not hit your seekers. Because ultimately, I think that's all that's going to stop your seekers. Your seekers aren't really going to be fizzling. It's going to be, if you can't get rid of an SL and your SL takes, shocks the pack of seekers, you've lost, 8 seconds. And 8 seconds in a meta that seems like it's only going to be a 20-second hit, and it'll be, it'll be hit one, 20 seconds later, your hit will be done. 8 seconds is a long, long time. So
Yeah.
I think going BH is the right call to make. To be honest, just to not to make your seekers slower, but it's to take away the old Art 1, Chase 2 sort of thing, because I think that will be ultimately a lot quicker.
Yeah, I think I think it's going to be one of those seasons that you until you're actually on the decks playing, you're not gonna know. Martin, put in slots of chicken, and you lose all your coins. Oh, that's That's something actually that we could discuss just very briefly, going off topic. What currency do we have in Mob 3? Obviously they're critter coins on this channel. You got skulls coins, you got doubloons. I have already named it, but I'm open to change if anyone's got anything better. I can't remember who came
What
up
did
with
you
the
call
idea.
it? Bullions?
No, somebody came up with a better idea actually. I think it might have been Sugar Ship. I've got a feeling it might have been Falcor's idea, but I can't be 100% certain. They suggested ballerina bucks. Apex. It was Apex, was it? Because he's just literally put it in chat now. And I loved that when he said about it. I was like, yes. So that's what I've called it, is ballerina bucks.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
But yeah, if anyone's got any different ideas.
Have we had any name guesses yet for the channel?
No, not yet. Because it's kind of a bit of a damp squib. Mike actually private messaged me and said he got very, very close. Mr. Poing, you're late. You are late, son. To be fair, we're not on the right channel. What's up, Mr. P? How you doing? I had an intro especially for you. Especially for you, the intro was. And you missed it. Meerkat Monies. Yeah, those... I still like ballerina bucks. So yeah, that's what the intro. Can I jump back there? Can I jump back just very quickly? We're gonna go back to the starting scene just for the benefit of Mr. Poing, who showed up late.
Let me get my other device here because I now need to see this.
Because we're only it's not a see, it's a hear. It's for the benefit of Mr. Poing. This was, so we're only going to be there 5 seconds. So there you go, Mr. Poing. That was all for you. Pipes, all there, ready for you. And you didn't turn up for it. I'm very disappointed. We got a Scully sighting in the chat. What's up, Scully? How you doing? Yeah, we're a bit puzzled why we're here, I take it, and not on Mob 3. Well, nobody bothered to tell me that the first time you stream on, we need to whiz over to this one, don't we? The first time you stream on a new channel, you have to let YouTube know, and then they make you wait 24 hours before you can live stream. So yeah, that's why we're over here.
Martin's starting to figure out how, what it really takes to be a content creator. It's a hard life.
Yeah, it's not just disease. Bull chips. Oh, yeah. Oh, Big Bad Bill, you might have come. Oh, bull chips. I like that. Yeah, some stupid issue. Exactly. I never had that pop up for me. Yeah, but you started like what, 6 years ago. So it's obviously something new that they brought in. But yeah, I was all ready to go.
Oh, while Skull's in the chat, big congratulations on 11,000 subscribers.
Oh,
that's a huge achievement.
You've hit 11K, have you?
It's only felt like yesterday that we done the 10K stream.
Yeah. Yeah. So congratulations, very much so. Well done. Yeah, still found a way to stream. Yeah, fortunately, we've still got this chat. That obviously BBTFRG is there and will always be there. But yeah, so Mob 3's debut stream is going to have to wait a further 24 hours. Mr. Poing, what's Mob? Well, that, my friend, since you ask, yeah, hit 11K early this morning. Nice one. Yeah, big congratulations. That, Mr. Poing, is for you lot to figure out what Mob 3 means. We're not telling you. We kind of, it came in.
How about we do this? The person that wins, that gets it right, gets 1 million ballerina bucks.
Yeah, I think I can do that. 1 million might be a little bit steep, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do something like that. Men of Boom. No. So Mike, High for Life. If you are in the chat, I will credit you with some ballerina bucks when it gets up and running. Because I know you messaged me privately with your answer, and it was very, very, very close. Very close. Not spot on, but very, very close. And we had a discussion about it.
Whoa. Very close and actually on target is completely different.
Yeah, but what happened was then we had a discussion about it in there. So M is for Martin. No idea what OB stands for. Jess and Bolly don't start with OB. Old bastards. No, M isn't for Martin, by the way. Mad Aussie, but no. We'll leave it for that for now. We'll throw some more clues. We'll throw clues as our streaming career goes on. But
no, I'm not throwing no clues.
Oh, I've got some very cryptic clues that only the super intelligent would work out. So,
here we go.
But I'm not going to throw them in yet. I'm not throwing them in yet. So yeah, I mean, right, back to the tree, which is at the end of the day what we were supposed to be doing. Sorry, I was describing JP, not MOB.
Here we go. Who said that?
Big Bad Bill said, mad Aussie bastard. And I said, no, that's not the right answer. He said, no, he was describing you, not what MOB stood for.
Look, B1, Big Bad Bill's a bit upset because my footy team beat his footy team.
Oh.
Commiserations, B1.
So yeah, back to the tree.
People are leaving out the three. People see the mob, but they forget the three because it's at the end.
The three, the cubed part of it has a relevance as well. So, you know, oh bastard, that's what Mob 3 is about, is lots of joking, lots of messing around. And if we were over there, we could actually say these words rather than kind of mumble them under our breath.
Yeah, I think it's just a play on words that is fun, and it can kind of mean anything you want it to mean in the moment, as long as we're all one big community.
Yeah.
As long as we're having fun.
Yeah. One big mob.
Learning something. That's all that matters. Yeah.
We got Roy and Hinker have turned up. I sure hope it doesn't refer to a woman needs product. No, it doesn't. Should we head back to the tree? Should we sort of fleetingly divert back to divert back to Warships, and then maybe a little bit of planning? So yeah, I mean, I think we kind of almost covered everything, hadn't we, in terms of what direction. So I'm going to make this tree look like a London Underground map now. No, I don't want that. I want this. Right, one London Underground map tree thing coming up. Let's start
also,
off.
just real quick, Martin, is you're going to have to adjust the Streamlabs, the filters on the chats, because you're using the Mob 3 chat, and that's why it keeps blocking out what everybody keeps saying, is because you have some of the filters on the settings to filter out, like, you know, bad words or offensive words, like bull and stuff like that. And
yeah,
so you might need to a little bit.
So what I've done, the stream itself is kind of linked to stream. So the Streamlabs I'm using kind of a bit of Aaron's and some of mine. So that's why it's a bit jumpy all over the place. Mike, yes. Mike, you are exempt from the competition of guessing what MOB3 stands for, since you already know. I will hook you up with some credit coins for guessing, but we're no, he got it so close.
Mike, hit me up with your answer, and I'll determine if it was so close. I don't trust Martin.
And but don't forget the 3 apex. So that's men of balls. We got a cling clong clung cycling in the chat as well. What's up, Paul? How you doing, my friend? Let me guess. You're planning Seeks, shock launchers, building health, and then 4. Not necessarily. So right, yes. As Paul's just pointed out, this is one possible path. There are other paths available.
Yes.
There are other paths available. You could, if you wanted. Oh, that's not the best colour, is it? Blue on blue. Let's go dark blue. Is that any darker?
Also, MOB doesn't stand for 3 mail order brides. I had somebody just message that to me privately. That's not what that stands for.
So that's another possible path. I think it's medkits if you're starting there. And then obviously you're going to have to bunny hop as you pick up chests down to seekers and on, because you've got this lot first. The other path that I might try on my... Okay, the other path that I might try on my second account is this path. And dirtying up early. That would be the other path that I might try. So I'd be looking at doing red on my main and green on my mini, and getting a dirty base early doors. So we come down and get that as well. But I think those 3 paths are probably. I mean, nothing features in here. I think that is a big. This is a big no-no.
Something we discussed when the sneak peeks came out between us 3 was you're either going to be playing Seekers or you're going to be not playing at all in the first day, to be honest, because I don't see Seekers fizzling. And going off what we discussed, it's going to be a grind to get to where we need to get to. In saying that, though, it's going to be very interesting once BH and shock launchers are out in the depth on how we attack.
Paul,
because ultimately we've got nothing to stop the shock launchers.
Yeah, Paul Bauer.
I think BH would affect it a lot more if we were using rocket choppers or bombers and we had to clear all the defenses, but the Seekers are ignoring all the defenses. We're just getting the ERs, so I think it's a lot less potent.
Like Paul Bauer has just said in chat, trust me, every path that isn't Seekers early is a mistake. And that's the thing, yeah, if you're not going Seekers early, but there are some players, some people who won't be able to reach Seekers early. People that are starting 8, 9, 10, Seekers are beyond, they're going to wait, they're going to have to wait 8 hours for theirs, or find a way to significantly rank up only using the tech that is on the Seeker's path, which means ranking up without building health, ranking up with only rifles, and I don't know that that's going to be possible. So there are people out there who are going to have to play without Seekers. But for those of us that are starting in Iron 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, then yeah, absolutely, Seekers is probably the way to go.
Yeah, if you start 11 plus, like Nonsex said, you're getting Seekers with your 4/4 chest. So 11 plus.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything below that, and you might have to go the BH rifle route. But if you don't, and you just want to hold out, say you're at 9 or 10, you just keep going forward and you just wait for those time chests so you're not wasting tech. Just do what you can to get the Seekers, and then once you get there, then, and this season's very forgiving. A 4-week season's arc, because the difference in iron and gold is one key. The difference in stone and iron is one key. So it almost wants you to play. You almost want to play more because it doesn't affect you as much. It's okay. Plus, the matches are going to be extremely fast. you can play 5 matches in the time you probably played 1 or 2 last season. So you can play a lot more matches and you can try and rank up quicker. Everything will be moving faster. Hopefully the queue will be a lot better and not be broken. And hopefully everybody can get a
That's
nice push.
So
with
Paul,
Seekers as well. There's gonna be a lot of draws. There's gonna be a lot of 1-second wins. And when there comes a lot of 1-second wins, you got to remember about the guy that's on the other side that's got the 1-second loss. So I think a big thing this season as well is try to remember, try to look for ERs, try to look at the way the base is built, because ultimately there's going to be a base that's going to slow Seekers down 2 more seconds than what your base is doing. And I'll tell you that if it slowed your Seekers down 2 more seconds, it's going to slow the other players' Seekers by 2 more seconds. So make sure you jump on a base that has slowed your Seekers down, whether it be 1 second or 2 seconds. That 1 second or 2 seconds when you're playing Seekers is huge. So, don't count out changing layouts about 15 times
an hour.
First hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick shout out to Mr. Poying, who's just managed to land tanks on the slot machine. Nice jackpot win there. On MOB, you will need to land ballerina for that jackpot win. Paul,
TT's you, Boing.
Paul was just saying, so he's yes, I go direct path for Seekers, then shock launchers, then back for building health, then I'm going to grab brick and go for ER, which is going to be an easy diamond push. I agree with Axe that the words easy and diamond push should never be used in the same sentence, but
Paul starts out, with shock launchers, so that's a massive advantage. Whereas a lot of us will be wanting to. Huh? No, I didn't hear you, Paulie.
Full season resets for Paul there. I think he's starting way too ahead of us.
No, I think if you don't start out with shock launchers, I think you should at least try your hardest to get your last time chest in gold, so that you're not 1 key short not for everything, but if you don't get that last time chest in gold, then what happens is you'll be 1 key short for either BH or shock launchers, whichever you get first. Whatever you go for second, you won't be able to get. You'll be short, and you'll have to wait.
And then ultimately that falls back onto brick as well. Doing a little bit more calculations moving forward was even if you end up in gold after the first 4-4, so if you collect your 4-4 in iron and you're in gold after that, you are then ultimately going to be 1 key short of brick, which ultimately means.
Sorry, boys, I'm just going to go and oil the dog. Can you just hold the fort for a moment?
Right.
Yeah, we're good.
So ultimately, what that means is either you're going to try to push for 17, or you're going to be stuck in that old, okay, I have to wait 8 hours for 10 because it's a long season. So, yeah, try to collect that chest in gold if possible, because it's huge.
But if not, if you're struggling, get what you got to get. But I mean, if you already have shock launchers and you just have that 1 chest remaining, try to get it in gold. Try everything you can to get in gold, and then you have the entire day, because it's not like you're gonna go on some massive shopping spree, because we just don't have enough keys for that.
Yeah,
so
right.
Even if it takes a little bit of time, try to. And like I said earlier, I'm not even unlocking smoke. I don't see a benefit to it. It's off path. Yes, it might benefit seekers, but until we kind of figure out what the meta is, I'm staying exactly on path. I'm not diverting at all, until we kind of figure out what's going on first.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Smoke right now is a luxury.
Oh no, I was Paul asked, what do you think is going to slow down seekers more? I think the shock launchers, Paul, because if you just have BH, then people can art one ER and seeker the other two ERs. But with shock launchers, they'll have to art out the shock launchers and then still seeker all three ERs. And it's just the like 5,000, 8,000 difference on the health on the ERs, or 10. I can't remember, something like that. But yeah, I definitely think shock launchers over BH initially, but I think you'll want both shock launchers and BH, coming out of the early.
He's back.
Well, ultimately, it's about if you get BH with your shock launchers, or you have BH before your shock launchers. Ultimately, once you get your shock launchers on deck, you can't just art out both shock launchers. I don't think you'll have enough GBE for that.
What, shock launchers with building health?
Yeah.
I think that's 4. I think if you tick 4 building health means it's 4 artillery to bar out a shock launcher.
Yeah, so that's 8. And I think that's more than 48 GBE, right?
Well, I think max gunboat gives you 7. No. Doesn't it? So you'd need to take down 2 ERs in order to get enough GBE to drop the final artillery on the final shock launcher.
Yeah, which by then the shock launcher is already targeting your seekers.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
So that's where rifles are maybe going to come into it, and your rifles are going to just be used to distract your shock launcher enough, whether they can stay alive, tick 1 rifles, which I don't think they will. But all you need is that, that 1 rifle to stay there and stay alive, so that the shock launcher keeps on targeting that. But yeah, it's once we have shock launchers and building health, it's going to be interesting. Very interesting.
I'll just point out Blaster Lazo's come up with another use for the acronym MOBs. Money over female dogs. Kind of like that. Talking of dogs, mine's back. He's all oiled and been out for do his business. I noticed just before I disappeared, Pete had turned up. How are you doing, Pete? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming to join us. Going to be a fast and furious season this season. Certainly to begin with.
Apex brought up a good point, or was saying that if you go shock launchers and not BH, if I max art, I can get 2 ERs and clear a few buildings and get 1. I think with the shock launchers and everything, I think that if you did that and I still don't think you can art 2 with no BH, right, guys? I think you can only art 1. Now, if you clear a few buildings, it'll still be slower than somebody that's using seekers. So say somebody arts 2 ERs, but they're using rifles and they have to clear a few buildings, it's still going to be slower than somebody that, seekers you in 15 seconds.
I think when we get to that stage of the game, metas will have changed and developed, and you'll probably need rifles to distract shock launchers anyway, because potentially you might have to take out packs of mines with artillery. It might be that you end up barting an ER and distracting the 2 shock launchers. Well, it just depends on what layouts you're facing, doesn't it? But Vicky had come up with Vicky said, look at my 2, Martin. She's come up with a couple of suggestions. Make or break or miserable old bastards. No, it's neither of those.
Yeah, it's not vulgar.
No, not at all.
Vulgar. No, I'm just saying, I'm letting them know that there's that it's not a vulgar term, because at some point we would like to be into
Whenever
we
someone
want to
does-
eventually be in the. Yeah, we keep talking over each other. Go ahead, Polly.
Whenever someone does guess it, they're just going to be like, "Oh man, why didn't I think of that earlier?" It's honestly, it's so simple, okay, and it's not vulgar at all because obviously our goal is to be in the content especially for Martin to have his own part of the Supercell content creator sort of thing. At the end of the day, that was the main reason of this channel. It was Martin. This is Martin's channel. Well, I mean BBTFRG isn't, but Mob 3 is Martin's channel, and he's just got two crazy sidekicks along board with it. Because let's face it, producing content sometimes isn't the easiest thing to do when you're all by yourself. So, and I'm sure Skull and Pete and Off Destroyer, can testify with that as well. So, me and Jess just wanted to jump on board, and if Martin couldn't produce content for a day, me and Jess were going to come up with a way of either just screen recording our replays and sending it to Martin so he can post it on the channel, or in the future whether we get a push point because we've gone a different path and one path's worked out more than the other, we can stream via DU recorder. So definitely not a vulgar term of words. It's honestly it's a bit of a piss take, to be honest. So
Yeah, I think the three being at the end is a little bit misleading.
Oh, now you've ruined it.
No, because there's people talking about it in the chat. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say too much more. I'm going to let this roll on, be a competition, a little thing for a little while. Polly, let's turn you up to that. What's Jess on? That's right. Someone's just said that you're not loud enough. I've just turned you up. Is that better?
People complain when I'm too loud. People complain when I'm too loud. Now people are complaining I'm too quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Will Pollington get his own face camera wear a top hat? I don't know. We might be able to talk him into that. But what I can tell you is that when we get the channel up and running and the slots game, Pollington will get you 5 times your stake.
Oh no!
Yep. Right, let's go back in there. Just knock that down a little bit. Try it about there. See how that sounds. Don't forget the Monington Pollicle. Monington Pollicle? The Monocle Pollington. Yeah, I think that, and Kane as well. So
God damn you, Jimmy. All started from new.
Yeah, do we want to ping the calculator up? Has anyone got? Do we need to? So we go over there.
I think with there not being that many paths and everybody going straight seekers, I think most people kind of have it sorted. I think what they need to do personally, though, is to go back and wherever they start, make sure they calculate things perfectly, like down to the 1,000, like at that, 20,000 or 12,000 in tokens, because it's going to matter at the beginning whether or not you can max seekers or upgrade art all the way or upgrade whatever you want. It's going to matter because the tokens are so short.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I see where that's what we want. I see what the problem was there. So yeah, I mean, as we were sort of saying a moment ago, let's take mine for example. I finished 23 point something. Point is, I start in 13. It's 169 keys, 3.2 million tokens. I will be opening. I will be opening Sniper Towers No, not sniper towers. I'm going the other way. I'm opening flares. You would have thought this would just be second muscle memory, the amount of times I've done it. Flares and green mines at the start of the season. And for my 300 tech to get me out of here, I will be using a gunboat at 5, a landing craft at 5, a mortar at 2. My artillery will be 5. My green mines will be 4. And that is... so gunboat is max for all the arting we're doing. Absolutely. You can get away with tick 4. But I've looked at this with the calculator many times, as has Luke, over the last sort of 20, well, not even, just over 24 hours. And this is the optimum path starting in 13. So that gives you your 300 or 305 tech to get you out. But what you want to do at this stage is to stay here and collect your first iron chest. I've said to people, if you are winning at this point, then you might as well collect as many as 3 iron chests. Don't collect the 4th one in iron. Collect those 3 iron chests. Then you can go from there. We can go 3 ER. Canon.
Let's face it though.
Medkits. Yeah, talk
Once
away.
you collect that once you first collect that first iron chest, you can get to Seekers. Now, ultimately, you can't max your Seekers, but a tick 4 Seeker compared to a max Seeker, I don't think is going to have much of a difference. You're still going to be able to collect 3 ERs, so ultimately, you might be at the start of the season, you might lose from a rank 13 perspective. You might have a completely red log until you get max Seekers.
Yeah.
But then once you have max Seekers on top of your shock launchers, which you get after 2 time chests, you're home and hose. You're basically you're ranking up. You should be ranking yourself back up to 14.
So, as Polly's just pointed out, if you go after your first iron chest, it will take you to Seekers. You got enough keys to get you to Seekers, but only enough to go to tick 4. But at this stage, tick 4 Seekers should be enough to get you your next iron chest. That'll give you max Seekers. Then your 3rd iron chest needs to be, 3rd iron chest, and we are looking at shock launchers. So we need to hit rank 14. That's kind of critical. But I think that max Seekers, max artillery, you'll hit rank 14. Rank 14 gives you shock launchers at tick 4. And see, we're really tight on tokens at this point, so like 18,000 tokens. If we just go back a sec here and take those out. That's because we're 4. If you hit 14 before then you can max your Seekers out. But even here at tick 4, go tick 5. If we go tick 5. 12,500 keys, 12,500 tokens short. It is really tight all the way through in terms of tokens. So I say that's why we've kind of calculated the path that we've calculated. Shock launchers, and they will go tick 4, but that's relying on you hitting 14. And then from there, did we say you then need to, at this point, you need to hit gold in order to kind of, you need to hit gold and collect this chest in gold. That then, that then will give you sufficient keys and tokens to go and unlock sniper towers and building health. And when you get building health, tick 4. Tick 4 is key because that is that will mean that they need 4 artillery to bar out a shock launcher. So 4 is key. That leaves you 16. That
Now,
puts you at 16.
we are basing this all off. We are basing this all off max artillery. Now,
Yep.
if you guys go and put 3 ticks into your machine guns and tick 2 mortars and tick 2 sniper towers, or tick 2 riflemen, you're not going to get max artillery. So, look, I can understand the conception of a lot of people going, oh, but my defenses aren't maxed. Max defenses will not do anything against your seekers.
Not until you've got all max defenses with DBD and
Correct.
BH. Right. So Ben has just asked, Martin, if you only have Tick 4 gunboat, is that enough for max seekers? Yes, it is, but it's not enough to get you out of. So let me just show you over on a different tab. So we'll do the same thing very quickly. 23. Then we're going to open, we'll open Flare and we open Green Mines. Green Mines. So what we're going to do, we're going to go Tick 4 gunboat, Tick 5 landing craft, Tick 2 mortar, Tick 5 artillery, Tick 4 Green Mines. Now, if I do that, by the time I get to Seekers, I'll have enough to max them. But what I haven't got is enough to get out of here. So the other way of getting out of here is with Tick 2 machine guns and Tick 2. Oh, that should be Tick 0, and they should be Tick 4. Now that gives me my 300 tech, but what I've done here is spent 111,000 tokens to get these up to Tick 2, whereas the gunboat is 105. So I've spent 6,000 more tokens. So whilst that gets me my Seekers maxed, what it won't do is enable me to take my shock launchers to Tick 4 when I open them. It's all very it's all very kind of like one relies on the other in order to do it, but yeah, this is optimum. I get what you're saying, save the money there, but with that extra that you spend, it kind of stitches you up.
And I'm just going to do here a shameless little plug here. This is why the calculator is so good. Because honestly, I've worked a long time with Martin, as does Jess, as there's people like Luke and Cobra Bomber, and some people in chat. We have worked very tirelessly on making the calculator as optimal for the public. The calculator only used to start with 1 tab, and then to start it out to have 2 tabs and 3 tabs. It's not as easy as just saying, yep, okay, add a tab. We had to collate the database, making sure that it doesn't. There's a lot going behind the scenes to make this work. So kudos to Martin and the team. I say team, but it's mainly Martin.
Well, you guys have done that. You guys have done the hell of a lot of the testing, because just get so sick and tired of looking at an Excel screen. You start to sort of not see things that are obvious. So that's where you guys have been absolutely
But yeah, having a look at this calculator and stuff like that, it's pretty simple. We're trying to make it as simple as possible. Yeah, we don't have the fancy pictures, and yeah, you need to download it and save it to a device and all that jazz. But I think it really pays itself off when you get to this stage, and a season like this, it's so meticulous with your tokens. It took us, 5 minutes to realize, okay, we need Tick 5 gunboat, because it's a lot cheaper than maxing than going Tick 1 and Tick 1 on something else. So yeah, this is where the calculator really, I think, it pays itself off.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, that is the optimum. That is the optimum path for opening stuff to get yourself out of 3, and that is how, how you end up at that point. After this, then 2 gold chests, whether they be timed gold chest or 17 and 1 gold chest, that's where you get your 42. And that's brick. Now, that is all because you've collected that chest, you've hung on and collected that 4th chest in gold. Obviously, the best laid plans and all of that were, you know, they don't always work, but we'll see. Yeah, I was just reading that, Paul. So, Paul, if you're still listening, hang on in there, bud. There's something's gone awry with Streamlabs, because I think because I'm broadcasting on. I nearly gave it away then. Mob 3, because I'm broadcasting on Mob 3's profile on OBS, but I'm using BBTFRG's channel, then it's kind of given Streamlabs a bit of a headache.
Filters all over the place.
Yeah, there's all sorts of filters everywhere. So we need to kind of go back into it and sort that out. Just bear with it. Let those 5 minutes elapse. You can cut. You can come back in. It's not. I think Apex. I'm not quite sure why Apex banned you, but it won't be. It won't be too long. Chicken hacked Streamlabs. So yeah, that's how we see the opening day plan. Day 1 of the tree. I'll zoom in on that a little bit, so if anyone wants a screenshot, they can. So yeah, that is to get you out of 2ER Optimum Tech, and then that moves you on to ideally Sergeant Brick at the end of day 1. And as Paul actually pointed out, brick with that lot is an easy diamond push, and we all love an easy diamond push. Did someone say Cobra Bomber? Yeah, someone did say Cobra Bomber. He's been summoned. No, we were just thanking you for the testing and things that you put into or have put in with the calculator. Apex throwing out the apologies there for Paul. Sorry, bro. So yeah, anybody got any other questions? I know most of the names in chat might not have so many questions at the moment, but anyone else out there want to know anything, ask anything, then please shuffle to the front of the queue, and we will do our best to deal with your query. Should we jump back over to
anything but the name of the group?
Yeah.
Anything but the name of the group.
It's the only one we're not going to answer. Hold on. How is it easy if everyone has the same stuff? Because we're banking on all the chickens mob going BH and rifle rushing. Yeah, Paul has a question. So, Martin, Jess, and Polly, what rank will you be by the end of the first day? Legend.
Diamond. See, that's the funny thing. Okay, so my first of the day. Hang on a sec. My first of the day is starting at 5 hours into the season, and that's my day 1 done. So you need to be a little bit more specific there. Are we talking 3-time chest in, or are we talking?
I think 17's realistic. When by the time we're picking up our evening time chest, or the second time chest of the day, which would be the evening for me, I fully expect to be in 17. But I like to be in gold before the first hour is up, and then kind of take a break, readjust, assess the meta, and then go for 17 in the afternoon, 18 in the afternoon, etc.
Right. Couple of people. Yeah, I'd say 17.
Look, like I said, Jess's sort of thing is like pretty much spot on. I want to ensure that I'm in gold for the first time chest. Yeah. So whether that be 16 and 30 stars, at 16 and 30 stars, I'll be happy with that. And then it's all about really determining, okay, I mean, for us Aussies, it's normally, 11 o'clock by the time that we've made it to gold. And then And then we get to bed, and then we wake up, and you sort of have a little bit of a bo peep at the leaderboard, and you see someone in rank 20. So obviously you're going to go have a look at their base and have a look. Ultimately, I don't think that anyone will be diverting off path. It'll be about how can people that got to brick early utilize brick in a good aspect. So yeah, that's what I sort of assume to this time tomorrow sort of thing. Expect to see people up at rank 19 with not a difference of their deck, but it's about them having brick, and then obviously using maybe battle orders to make their seekers go a bit faster.
So Fez has asked 22.24. So if you're starting 22.24, that's iron. Starting 12 start. So you just do exactly the same as I'm doing over on Bull, but instead of collecting one iron chest, you just collect two. Collect two iron chests. Now that might be that you rank up to 13 plus one iron chest. Either way, collect two and then do this. Similarly, if you're starting at 21.49 or anywhere beneath that, you're starting at 11, you just collect 3 iron chests at 3 ER and then do everything that we've just said. Once you get those seekers, you should.
You mean collect three your first 3 chests at 2 ER,
Yes.
then go 3 ER with seekers. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, if you're starting at 12, 2 chests, starting at 11, 3 chests. So once you go 3, even if all you've got to do is bar out an ER, move on to the next one. Bar out an ER, move on to the next fight. Bar onto it. Do that, and you'll lose. You'll lose some. You might clear the odd few. Get double ERs with riflemen.
A few noobs out there that might have ERs touching.
Yeah.
The problem is that there's only like 300 active players, and we all talk to the 300 active players, so everybody's gonna be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I meant 300 active players in that everybody has a mini account, and everybody's mini account is on the leaderboard too. So it seems like you're facing the same people, and we talk to all the same people. So
there's only 41 of them in chat.
If we all do the same thing, we can all draw. So I guess that's a plus. But I think Supercell bans people that have an unusual draw percentage. And
well,
so
I think they're
going to be crazy this season.
They're going to have to look at it. It's a factor that they look at.
Like above 5% is considered cheating. I think above 5% draw rate is considered cheating by Supercell's algorithm, and shit, we're gonna break that 5% easy on the first day. Hell, it might be 60.
J Money, I was thinking of going for the Doom Cannon since you can't shock it. Oh, I see what you mean. It's a little bit off path. Having multiple accounts is cheating, says Apex. So come on then.
What I do is I play my main full time, and I just occasionally. What?
Falcor I have a fun idea for Mob 3's inaugural season. I'll be intrigued to hear what that is. I'm assuming he's typing it out.
But yeah, on my main, I play it full go nonstop, and then I just kind of collect my minis chest whenever. And then instead of, urging myself to play more when I should be hiding on my main, that's when I'll hop on my mini and I'll just play it. And what ends up happening is it ends up balancing out at the end where, like, they're kind of close together. just because I'm playing the mini when I shouldn't be playing my main, and so that's how I approach it. I know Martin approaches his differently. Some people go all out on both of their accounts. Some people have 6 accounts. I just think if you're not a super advanced Warships player, you should only be playing one account, and then maybe one more just for fun when you're bored. But anything more than that's just too much, in my opinion, for the amount that you're playing.
3 is
Yeah,
the perfect balance.
I've got 3, but one of them just parks at 3 ER for the entire duration of the season and collecting gold for a bit of mad cat spending on the final day. And then one of them base rides, and then one of them tech rides. Really, the other two. So yeah, me account, my second account will be getting all the defence and dirtying up in 3, and Bull will just be flying off with Seekers and seeing what I can do with them.
Yeah, and parked in 3 ER as well, because you love your Seekers.
Yeah, I know, that's going to be mental, parked in 3 with Seekers. I hadn't thought about that, actually. That's going to be mad all season.
This
And
season is GE's milestone season. Could be his 30th top 500 big season for him.
Nice. Wow.
So you're going to try to get that in the top 50 then, Pete?
That's the problem I have, is that they need to change it. I think they need to change the top 500. I think it needs to be cut down from the top 500 to the top 300 now, because getting a top 500, in my opinion, right now means absolutely nothing.
It might as well be. I haven't gone 4-4.
I actually played the entire season. Yay. It's like all those little kids that came in second place get the appreciation trophy.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't do that to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Participation
fully
awards.
against
That's all it is.
participation trophies. Like, no, F that. We didn't have participation trophies when we were kids. We turned out all right.
Yeah, that's right.
But
yeah, I agree. I think that 500 with the Chinese server 500 was an achievement, whereas now it's sort of as long as you rock up and you do a sufficient amount of battles each day, you kind of you're there, aren't you? Especially when the next one is a 250 is a 50. After maybe to have a top 100 finish instead of a top 50, or as well as a top 50 would be
But let's face it, Supercell have a lot of things on their hands. They probably can't do that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Very busy company.
Apex Prey. I'm a participation trophy husband. Yes, me too. Me too.
Aren't we all?
Right. So yeah, anyone got else they want to add to the proceedings? Any other questions?
I'm just waiting for Falcor's. I'm waiting for Falcor's big announcement.
No, he's not. He said that it's too long to type. That he's gonna. I think he might voice record it and dump it in Telegram or something.
Okay.
Oh, he's just PM'd me in.
I'll tell you. I believe that was Airwolf, wasn't it, Pete?
Ooh, he's got a good idea, but I'm not too sure about the forfeit. So you only have one inaugural season, so might as well go big. A challenge between the 3 of you. Whoever's main account finishes the highest wins, and the 2 losers have to shave their heads live on stream.
But what about if you already have a shaved head?
Yeah, I mean, mine's not bald, but like I keep mine like super short. So mine's like already beyond short.
Yeah, so really, the only one
Oh.
that stands to lose anything here is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure
Oh,
about.
Albert,
I look like a bloody thug with a shaved head.
Albert coming in with the £20 donation.
Oh, bless you. Thank you
Oh,
very much, Albert.
no, or how about this? We could do it, the three of us, and the loser does the hot ones, the challenge, every single hot sauce that they have in their
Oh,
lineup right now, and does a reaction video of them eating every single hot wing and
Yeah,
answering questions that the community asked in advance. So the loser asks ridiculously embarrassing questions while they eat the lineup of
I
hot ones wings. I'm down.
just want to give a huge shout out to Albert Chamisel for that donation there. Kind of went under the radar. I don't know. Oh, of course, we haven't got, because I'm linked to the wrong. Yeah, that's why we didn't get a notification, because of this whole jumping on here. But no, really appreciate that, Albert. I can't even give you a fist bump because I'm not on camera. But no, very much from the bottom of my heart, and Aaron's, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm down with hot stuff. I mean, you know, it's you saw what I
yeah.
did to
Look,
that.
after my medical episode this weekend, I don't really want to think about food.
You saw what I did to that jelly baby. So yeah, it's no biggie for me.
Yeah, yeah. Do we need max landing craft if we're not relying on rifles and maxing up? Yes, we do, because you want to get as many seekers as you can. So tick 4 landing craft basically gives you 7 seekers on the boat, on each boat, whereas a max landing craft gives you 8. So basically, you're basically using 7 boats.
I think
So yeah,
because
max landing craft is definitely required.
because you are going to be fighting a few battles with tick 4 seekers, you want as many seekers as possible, which means maxing boats. If it were possible to max your seekers straight off of the get-go with the landing craft, then I would say we do tick 4 landing craft and max your seekers. But if you do tick 4 landing craft, you're denying yourself 25 tech to get you out of you know, we're coming back to this 25 tech business again. That so here we are on this account. If you do tick 4 landing craft, you have to find another 20 tech. So if
Yeah,
you whilst you're saving yourself 135,000 tokens in order to get that tech required, you're going to have to go tick 2 on machine guns, tick 2 on riflemen, which is the cheapest way of doing it. That's 111,000. So what do we say? 130. So 135, 111. So you're saving yourself 14,000, which isn't enough to make up for what you need further down the line. I promise you that I've looked at it, and this, I believe that this is optimum for the path that I am taking. If, however, you're going to choose to go to building health and defense up, you know, which at the end of the day, that's an option, because no one knows whether can the seekers withstand that much, from max. You got maxed max machine guns, you've got the potential to grab max flamethrowers there. That's the other path that I'm going to go. I'm not getting seekers. I'm going to try and get the max my defenses on my base. That's the other path that I'm going with building health. So I've got both bases covered, as it were. I'm going to have a dirty base with building health and DBD and heavies, and if I have to heavy rush, then I'll heavy rush, and then the other way will be very light on defenses but very heavy on offense. So, you know,
Well, see, I think a dirty base really gets made up by that shock launchers, right? So ultimately, by going via medkits or medics, medics, you know, having to get brick and then um, getting the shock launchers, you're basically putting yourself behind. So, but obviously you're doing that because, you know, you got two accounts. I honestly think, you know, for the greater community who's using one account, you have to go the Seeker path. Otherwise, it's an instant loss. You know, and again, it really comes down to studying your opponent's replays, because honestly, it's going to be about who can tap the fastest. So, I mean, I know Blas and I think Falcor, they're all doing their thumb exercises now.
yeah.
Me myself, I normally play on a small little iPhone, but yeah, I've actually got the iPad. So yeah, that's gonna be hopefully my saving grace. So it's honestly going to be about how fast you can drop. And
Hey,
it's about,
Paul's back in the chat. Cling clong Clundy's back. Yes, you are back. Sorry about that, Paul. Like I said, I don't know whether you heard me explain, but we've got a little bit of a problem with the Streamlabs bot tonight. It's bouncing around all over the place because I'm doing one channel off a different channel. And
the
now it's...
DPS difference between Pick 4 Seekers
But
and
yes,
Max
you are
Seekers.
back.
Okay, so this is something that I've been speaking about with Mr. P7R. So Mr. P7R, for him, if it's not a Seeker season, he will do everything in his power to make it a Seeker season. So, you don't actually realize. Sorry, you don't actually realize tick 4 to max Seekers too much, because the Seeker shoots twice every second. So, so you don't actually really realize the difference between DPS between tick 4 and max. But obviously, it's about you'd ideally like to have max Seekers purely because of the health. You know, you don't, when everyone's going to be putting a bunch of mines on parts of the Seekers, you want to try to have maximum amount of Seekers to be able to hit that ER, as opposed to having 3 boats, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, you hadn't said anything wrong, Paul. It was just where you were writing that message. For some reason, Streamlabs saw it as you writing a long message, and it's the settings in Streamlabs that need readjusting. I'm wondering whether the stream is still alive for anyone, because I've got all sorts of red lights going on over here at the moment.
Just change the scene in YouTube, because right now you're on the tech tree.
Yeah, just one sec. All good. Paul's saying it's lagging.
Saying all good, it's lagging.
Yeah, I don't know quite why it's lagging. There's nothing here that's had some lag. I mean, I've got a 99% skipped frames here. It's showing, but I've turned everything down that's resource heavy.
Now listen, for Mob 3, you're going to have to fix your internet up. Whether it's getting Joe on the bike and getting her to him.
It's not the internet, it's the Mac.
It's good for me. I just checked it, and I mean, it's solid to me. But this might be a good ending point or a wrapping up point, and so that we can kind of work out all the kinks and ticks and filters and get Streamlabs bot under control, wrangle his ass in a little bit, and all of that, so we can get set up and do something tomorrow for not necessarily a full extravaganza, but maybe something where we go live for an hour. see how everybody's doing, check the temperature of the room,
Yeah.
and maybe do a few live hits.
Yeah, because I think
Few
my
live hits. Few
I
live
think my
hits.
24-hour wait is up at about 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. So
Which would be first one chest in. Which I mean, on a long season, that one chest isn't going to be critical, but it's
No.
about jumping on and being like, hey guys, remember how we said seekers? The seeker path was the best path. Well, have a look at my.
Well, we were
my
wrong.
events. All losses. All losses.
We were wrong. Seekers have all fizzled.
Yeah. Seekers the fuck.
Hey everyone, let's
All about
send
Bob
BBTF
Street now
on a good note down the mystery.
Nah, I think we're luckily we're able to because now we see Aaron as the competition, don't we?
Hey,
As a content creators.
no. At the end of the day, I am still part of BBTFRG. BBTFRG has been a huge part in my life for about 5 or 6 years. Starting with the Facebook group, and then progressing on to YouTube and Telegram and stuff like that. Now, at the moment, we're potentially at a bit of a crossroads, like so many of us get to in our lives. We've got different priorities, different goals, different things that we want to achieve. So I wanted a Warships channel where I can just cut loose a little bit more. Now, obviously, we are held by the creator code of conduct, if you like, on BBTFRG, and we have to behave in a certain way and be seen to be doing the correct thing, which is fine. But I just want to be able to kind of, take the mickey out of this Aussie and this Yankee in the proper way. Just like they're going to rip this little white pommy apart, in their own style. So yeah, that's kind of the purpose for MOB, just to have a bit more fun and a bit more few laughs, and we'll be able to have people on Discords to guest with us and talk about their season. Media of Boom Beach, nope. Talk about their season, and maybe ask questions into other Boom Beach board, nope. So yeah, that's the idea over there. It's a little bit more laid back, but I will still be doing bullships on BBTFRG. Aaron still will be producing his bit of content that he does, and then moving forward.
Martin's other Boom Beach board. No, definitely not.
Moving forward.
I'm just gonna say it's got nothing to do with Martin's name.
No.
So that's the one clue. It's got nothing to do with Martin.
No.
Well, it's got things to do with Martin, but yeah, Martin's name is not.
My name doesn't fit. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm representing both channels at the moment. So yeah, keep your eyes and ears and whatever posted, and we'll it's neither only me. It's neither. It's for me, it's a change of direction. I mean, to be honest, Aaron set up this channel and he's done all of the donkey work for it in terms of setting up Streamlabs and setting up the monetization, and I mean, damn, he even came down to set up my OBS with all of the settings on that. So I've had to kind of learn it all from scratch, in terms of setting it up, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a nice challenge. So yeah, that will evolve over time, and I'll learn how to add things to my stream that he didn't have on his, and I'm sure that he'll show me a few things, and who knows, I may even end up being able to get some 3D prints off him, and we'll run Warships prizes. And I've got an idea where eventually we're running a season-long competition. At the end of the season, the winner gets a 3D printed warship, somewhat like the one that I own. But again, I'm going to have to make sure that Aaron's capable of printing that for me and doing that. So I've got some ideas about where we can take the channel. But I need to have a sit down and a good old yak with him about yak being a talk. Good old talk with him about the direction that I want to go and what he wants to do as well. So yeah. But we will be, fingers crossed, we will be over on MOB tomorrow evening. 3 men overboard. Yes, not bad. Not bad. Mother of bullships. Not bad. Good. Both good ones, but both sadly wrong. Yeah, we'll be over there tomorrow evening with these 2 retrobates again, as long as Polly doesn't get into another fight with a koala and end up in hospital. We'll be over there tomorrow evening, and then I'll be probably
Meeting of Boom Beach Ballers. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are going to be kicking yourselves when you guys know the name. You guys are going to be kicking yourselves.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those things that's like, oh, why didn't I guess that? Oh.
Far too simple. But yeah, so yeah, I think we're pretty much done. Jess, you got anything else you want to add?
Doesn't have anything.
Just doesn't have anything to. He's actually muted on Discord at the moment, so he may be away. I think Jess is.
I'm back. Sorry,
oh, there he is.
I was cooking. What's up?
We're just sort of winding it down. I was just sort of explaining about like why, how we've come to make MOB3 and the fact that that we wanted to do something together and I wanted a Warships channel, and then obviously you guys came to me and said that we wanted to do something, the 3 of us, in sort of almost in line with the collective kind of thing, and the making others better. Hey, now Vicky, we might have to pinch that as a tagline. Do you see what Vicky's put? Making others better. Might have to nick that.
I like the money over bitches more than making people better. But, I guess we'll take both.
If there is one, no, absolutely no, absolutely not. For me, the whole purpose of the channel is to make others better, because at the end of the day, what do we want? We want a bigger player pool at the top of so the more people that we can help get up there, the bigger that player pool is going to be. That's the way I see it.
People we have this match.
The biggest thing is, the biggest thing is with Warships is sometimes it's very simple. The muscle memory of a hit, and it's just about being able to look ahead.
Yeah.
When about knowing, okay, when you got a bombardier, your bombardier is going to go left. Or I mean, I'm still shocked about how many people whinged and complained about Zedmot's decks because my bombardiers were going here, there, and everywhere of the map. Well, no, it's the targeting of them. It's that's how they are. And yes, even though there's a huge gap, no, but this defense was closer, so they are going to go and target that one. It's about making others understand the simplicity of this game is actually, people don't see it, but once you do see it and you learn, it's like learning your ABCs. When you learn your ABCs in this game, you guys should be able to beat your personal bests. And that's what we're trying to do.
Apex Prey, making others bitter. Well, if that's a side effect, then...
Yeah, and I think we're all just going to be doing different things. Martin's streaming. Polly and I are going to try and do some short form, video content. We're going to all try and do maybe a podcast where we're all just kind of talking stuff, whether it's Boom Beach or whatever, just having a good time, hanging out as a community. Number one, my goal, besides making people better, is just bringing the community together. No offense to other creators. A lot of creators are in it for money, which is fine, and other things, but it's also fun to just bring the community together in general. There's so many friends that I've made through the game just talking shit and having a good time, whether it's on Discord, Telegram, or whatever. And so, if we can all bring the community together even more and expand on the community, it's not a bad thing. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy money, and I enjoy being good at the game. But the friendship and having fun and actually seeing the light bulb go off in people when they get better and when it finally clicks for them, that's an awesome thing to see. And hopefully we can do a lot of that, in the coming months.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that.
Ben Zen, morning from Australia. Morning from Australia. It's 9:54. What do you mean morning? It's almost afternoon, mate. I'm going straight for DBD1 through Warriors, I reckon, for the first pass. Well, I honestly think it's either Seekers, or Seekers. That should be your path. So out of those three paths, I'd probably choose Seekers. That's what I'd be doing. Because I believe to get to Warriors, you have to get through Sparky, which is 42 keys, where, spending 42 keys on a hero that you don't have to really unlock, I think that's suicide. So I think Seekers would be better. I'm a DJ. It's my day off. Well,
Go
I wish I was a DJ.
That's my DJ.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. No, Apex, I think we've actually decided that we were going to do something like that. Whether it's us discussing the day after, what the best points were, or revisiting an old tree to see where the exact push points were and what we could have done better, or Polly, wanting to do something the day after a season ends, just talking about the key moments.
I'm gonna call it therapy. I'm gonna call it about it's gonna be JP's therapy session, where we're all gonna go on and we're all gonna be completely honest about our mishaps, whether we were like, last season, last season, I went without a Sky Shield for 1 week of the season because I'm like, Sky Shield, I don't need it. Well, guess what? If I got the Sky Shield a lot earlier, because I wasn't too stubborn, I think I would have been able to get to my end goal a little bit quicker. And that's me being honest. I mean, I actually recall having a conversation with Stoneheart saying he regretted getting Bombardiers when he did. He wished he sort of kept the RCs, only kept RCs and then just kept going via 5 and 6. So it goes to show that even Stoneheart, who's a global #1 player 3 times, even says I effed up. And I think the greater community would appreciate when we just have our honesty session and no holds barred, because we're not all perfect. I think we're all far from perfect. So and I think it's great to reflect, because then when you see a season coming up and you go, okay, there's a Sky Shield on a proto, we're going to have to get them. I think the season after this, when we all get critter launches again, guys, we're going to have to go get critter launches, because I'll tell you what, a season without them it's going to feel like heaven. That's what I feel like. Because those goddamn critter launches, they're next level.
Yeah, I think that's one huge thing that you're going to see this season is just how different the season feels without critter launchers.
But that's the problem is that Supercell kind of caused their own problem, because what's going to end up happening is people complained about critter launchers for the past 3 seasons to the point where they've nerfed them into little super soakers. They do nothing. And so after not having them this upcoming season and then getting them back again, it's just going to start the complaint train like all over again.
Yeah.
Look, how much better was last season without them? It's just never going to stop.
I'm sorry, but I think that they're here. They're part of the game. I understand why they're not in this
part of the game. But I think they should have a sort of a GBE reward. So whether it be 1 GBE for every critter killed, because there's times there that you can't really do anything, and you're just there, sit like a sitting duck.
I just think they've got to be position smarter. Don't put them on the tree with a sky shield. If you're going to put them early, don't have a sky shield earlier. If you're having a sky shield early, don't put the critter launchers early. Number one. I think number two, make them dearer. Price them up with the rocket launcher. I think that would be a huge, maybe not as quite as much with the rocket launcher, but you know, critter launchers are one of those that as soon as you get them, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, a little bit like a shock launcher, isn't it? You know, up to 4 shock launchers are relatively cheap. So you just go boom, boom, boom. There's me 2 shock launchers. Boom, boom, boom. There's me 3 critter launchers without really giving a second thought as to whether you can afford it. I think that's wrong. I think that should be looked at.
Great.
But the biggest thing is where they go on the tree. I think 3 ER is too early. I think 4 ER is the right place, as long as they're not accompanied by a sky shield. And if you've got a sky shield at 4 ER, then we shouldn't see critter launchers until end of 5, maybe even 6 ER, until the deck's big enough to take. Deck's big enough to take them. That's the trouble, is when you cram 3 critter launchers on a small deck under a sky shield. That's when people get locked up, and we've seen that in the last couple of seasons.
So, Apex, on a couple of things that I'm thinking about doing with the channel, it's about this time every week. So it's a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening for you guys, Monday morning for me. It's about having a reflection sort of thing of the week, and sort of a week that was and going into the week that's becoming, so sort of thing. So hopefully that you know, but your comment, you know, I'm reading off, I was 20 by day 3, finished 22.8. So many mistakes this season in a row. Sometimes all it takes is a person's perspective on things. And honestly, our motto in Mob 3 is going to just be, honestly, no holds barred. And I think Martin was saying, there's no stupid questions, there's stupid answers. But honestly, it's going to be like, we are a community. We're trying to help you guys out. And yeah, there should be no hesitations to ask those questions. Whether you even want to ask us privately, that's fine. But I think the biggest thing is, there's a lot of people out there that are in the exact same boat as you, but they don't speak up. And they say, you know, they go, oh, you know, I finished this season at this rank, pick it up next season and stuff. But they don't reflect on, you know, what could have been. Sometimes it's all about not playing for a day, saving your chests and going 5 ER. Sometimes it's about doubling back and going for something. So we want, I mean, a lot of people will learn from your experiences without you even knowing. So yeah, Andrew trying to rub in about her 11 times win streak.
A lot of
finished the season.
A lot of the baseline for what I think this channel is kind of a culmination of a lot of stuff that we started principle-wise in the collective, things that we did from the beginning to try and help players and stuff like that. We want to bring that aspect to the channel while also just hanging out and having fun. Like, yes, we want you to get better and do better, and you know, like in the collective, we do tech tree talks every weekend where we kind of get everybody up to speed and we look towards the next week and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't want you to think that this is your PBS while some other content creator is your MTV. You know, we're still going to have a lot of fun. We're still going to talk a lot of stuff and just have a good time. But if you can get better while having a good time at the same time, then it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, 100%.
I haven't really got much more to add to that.
But yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll start to wind down, and I know everybody. I mean, I'm staying up all night, waiting for the clock to strike, But yeah, let everybody go grab some dinner or breakfast or lunch.
I've got 9 hours to gather in as many diamonds as I can with what's left on. Very quickly, chat. There is 7 days of instant training available in the shop. For 99p or $1 or not a huge amount of money. Playing with Seekers in a few hours time, you are going to need that IT. So if you can afford to muster up £1 or $1 or whatever it costs, it's probably worth it for getting it for 7 days. But when you do, please don't forget to use the code BBTFRG in the shop, because I am still BBTFRG at the end of the day. So yeah, don't forget to use that in the shop. Other codes are available, obviously. Yeah.
Code mob. Push for that code mob, guys.
That we're a long way off that, but it's a dream, and one day, all from tiny acorns to mighty oak trees grow, I think is the proverb.
I don't know if Andrew's trying to make me blush here, but her comment, it pains me to say it at the moment, but if JP gives you Warships advice, he is not wrong. He's usually not wrong. I mean, I thought it'd be never wrong. He taught me basically everything I know now, and I have 2 top 500s in a row. The only times I've struggled is when I didn't follow what he said. Oh, thanks, Andrew. I'll make sure I slip you that $5 in the PayPal for that.
Right.
Hi, fake BBTFRG. Oh,
what's up, Keg? Yeah, we a few. We need to be using Mob 3, says Vesma. Yeah, technical. Yeah, it was really annoying. I went to go live, went to schedule the stream and go live, and it turns out that YouTube have implemented some sort of thing where you've got to give them 24 hours notice the very first time you're going live, and because obviously Mob 3 is a new channel, so I'm in. It's not really YouTube jail, but I'm in a queue. In a queue, waiting for permission to stream. So, yeah.
I think we can. I don't know if it allows me to, but I believe for anyone that's not part of the channel, that's the link for the channel. I've just posted it up in chat. I know people have said
that is the link for our YouTube channel. Feel free to go and smash a like over there and a subscribe and all that nonsense. Press the bell. Yeah, and all that. So
not just that. If any graphic artist or graphic designers want to do some banners or anything for us, please reach out to me or Martin or Polly and let us know. And I know Andrew loves a good Canva walkthrough, but yeah, anybody that does any stuff like that, if you want to reach out to us in the event that you enjoy doing those kind of things for fun, feel free to hit us up, and you're more than welcome to come and make thumbnails for fun with us.
Is Mob 3 misspelled, or are you mispronouncing it? I don't think so. No.
It's an acronym.
I don't think it's misspelled.
An acronym.
It's an acronym.
Hey, there we go. Look, we got DVD just subscribed. So you see, obviously, my the subscription notification comes through on this channel because this channel is Mob 3, but we're just broadcasting on BBTFRG's channel because because we are. It's as simple as that. So I think we're done. 9 hours. Get something to eat. Get those last of those diamonds collected. Those of you that can get a little bit. It's spelt Mob cubed.
You might want to shave. You might want to shave before our season premiere. Gee, you want to look a little bit scruffy there.
Yeah, I'm going for the hobo look. Monkey might make a return. We might make a return with Monkey. I'm not sure yet where the future of Monkey lies. It's spelt Mob cubed. Yeah, well, so Mob. Yeah, we we did it mob cubed. How far can I go here? We did it mob cubed because we thought that looked better than three.
It's in line. It's in line with what the acronym means.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
Technically, the 3 is supposed to be at the front. It's 3 MOB, but MOB cubed says the same thing. It's just an acronym.
Yeah, I think it looked better when I saw that. Well,
I was playing
that
around with it and did the TV screen.
When I saw that
screen one.
When I saw that Mob 3, I like the look of that better. And then, the TV screen, I haven't got them all to hand, so I can't really pull them up that easily. But I thought they looked better.
But if you subscribe to the channel, there is a intro trailer that has some of it on there, and you're more than welcome to watch it after you subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, we've done really well so far. I think we're over 130 subscribers, and we've got one whole watch hour of time on a 50-second video. So that's big shout out to you guys. No, seriously, that is a huge shout out to you guys for jumping on there and supporting us, supporting me, supporting all of us, even though we haven't actually produced anything yet. And I really am from the bottom of my heart sorry that we couldn't be over there on that channel tonight, because I was really looking forward to it. I was super stoked for it, really looking forward to it. And then when I hit that button, that notification came up on YouTube, I posted it in the Mob 3 chat. I was just like, oh, what now? It just, it's so...
Your poor cat. You keep the living
the cat took the brunt of it. No, it was just really disappointing. So, but no, moving forward, I hope to have a lot more fun and a lot more laughs over there. So, it's
3 men of Boom Beach. No.
3 minutes of bliss, is that like 7 minutes in heaven? Is that a play on that, or is that I think 3 guys lubing each other up in the shower? I don't know what that is.
Careful, not on this channel.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, no, I didn't say any naughty words. I was just saying, lube and shower. A lot of people lube up soap when they get in the shower.
Oh God!
Who knew?
What have we done?
Right. It's time to pull the plug. So Jess, say your final words.
Yeah, hasta luego.
Polly.
I think
that's that your saying. Okay, so mine is from one noob to another. Good night.
There you go, guys.
Oh, I need a catchphrase.
You need a catchphrase.
I need something.
Thank you all.
Catchphrase, mate. You got to get with the times.
Thank you all very much for watching, and we will. We got Rick as well, just subscribed there right at the last minute. Thank you very much, Rick. We will see you soon. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you do, don't get caught. But if you get caught, you don't know us. Good night.
Everybody with the catchphrase.